Austin Butler is currently facing the after effects of playing the role of Elvis in his new movie, and it has something to do with his voice. So in this video, we're taking a look at whether Austin Butler will forever have his Elvis voice. Austin Butler has recently skyrocketed to fame due to the fantastic job he's done with the role of Elvis. One of the most important things that he had to do in order to do a great job was to imitate the voice that Elvis had. Wearing the clothes and giving a performance to the crowd came easy enough, but the voice proved especially hard. But Austin knew how iconic of a character trait that was, which is why he gave it his all from the very start. He's talked in depth about the research that he did before acting for the big screen. He said that he first started off by going through the archives that were available for the public. In those archives, he could play each and every interview that Elvis ever gave throughout his life, and that's when Austin Butler stumbled upon an interesting discovery. While watching and listening, he realized that Elvis had three distinct voices throughout his life, not just one. This is why, even as you hear him speak these days, it seems like he's stuck with Elvis's voice. When he went on Jimmy Fallon and explained how he learned all those different voices, Jimmy immediately asked him to give an impression. While he was initially hesitant, the crowd began cheering him on, and that led him to demonstrating his skills as an actor. He first talked about the fact that when Elvis was young, he used to talk in a really fast manner. At that point, Elvis hadn't made it big and was still a rising star, which is why he had a lot more energy.
Well, I'd like to say how happy we are to be down here. It's a real honor for us to get a chance to appear on Louisiana Hayride.
Yeah.
It's like that.
He then moved on to the next voice and said that after a few years, when he was 21 years old, he became a bit more tired than he was. Interestingly enough, Austin said that that was the phase of Elvis's life that he relates to the most right now. He then did another great demonstration that truly showcased what he was talking about. Then, he took a great leap forward in time and showed that as he grew older, his voice went more forward into his voice. The slight vibrations and tremors that Austin added in his voice to imitate Elvis was just mesmerizing to witness.
I'm all mixed up, you know. I mean, I can't keep up with everything that's happening.
Yeah.
Real quick, if you're enjoying the video thus far, then do be sure to leave a like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. While perfectly embodying how Elvis was in the public is one thing, it's a whole different ballgame when it comes to accurately portraying how he was in real life. He's talked about this aspect in several interviews, and in one of them, he said that capturing the humanity of the actor was one of the hardest things that he had to do. This is one part of Elvis's life that's mostly forgotten about or ignored in some of the previous biographies that have come out about him, but the director and writer of this movie made sure not to neglect it. This is why they've ended up with such a great movie on their hands, and this is exactly why there's so much praise that's been heaped upon everyone that appeared in this biopic. One of the most difficult aspects of making this movie was not getting the actors ready, nor did it have anything to do with the movie itself. Rather, this movie overall had rather unfortunate timing. It started filming right as the pandemic started and continued intermittently throughout the era of when COVID-19 was at its peak. While this did give Austin more time to prepare for his role, it did have the unfortunate side effect of him being separated from his family. He said during an interview that he didn't see his family for around 3 years due to his role in the movie, but he has learned his lesson and said that from now on, he'll try to balance both aspects of his life more carefully. As we mentioned previously, he researched the role of Elvis very thoroughly, and he did so by going through every piece of media he could find that was related to the great singer. One of the saddest parts of all of this was that both Austin and Elvis lost their mothers when they were 23 years old, and this is the feeling that he used to really connect with Elvis. When two people have gone through the same type of experiences in life, they naturally come to understand one another better, which is why as soon as Austin came to know about the similarity, he immediately clicked into the role of Elvis. Before this, he had tried to record some covers, but each of them felt like he was doing impressions of Elvis rather than being him. It was only when he sang Unchained Melody that he truly found his footing. This single role has somehow accelerated his career to a whole new level, and it's going to be really exciting to see where he goes.